Marlabona Gervuta, since we have taken charge, Ausara Mashata. All those that were making noise are nowhere. We've set over 40 regional conferences. There were no fights, there were no chairs throwing. For the first time in history, the Youth League elected its leaders united and focused on the program at hand. We said 9 provinces. Even the media will tell you, they've never recorded any provincial conference of the Youth League, unlike in the past, where they were chairs throwing. Everyone was united because we're a generation that is focused. We're going to the second historic NGC of the ANC Youth League here in Northern Cape. The second historic NGC of the Youth League here to further assert and define our program towards the ANC NGC in December. We're not going to go to the ANC NGC without a mandate. We're going to the ANC NGC with a mandate from branches which we are going to convene in September in the Northern Cape. Because that NGC of the ANC is going to be defined by the ANC Youth League. The ANC Youth League is going to define that NGC of the ANC. And part of the definitions we're going to tell them NGC is that when we go to 2027 to re-elect or elect leadership of the ANC, the leadership of the ANC in this country will be elected on consensus. There is not going to be contestation of conferences here. Those that are taking people's monies or posting people every day thinking that they're doing for 2027, there is no luxury for the ANC to fight anymore. The ANC must close rank and renew itself. The leadership in 2027 will be elected on consensus because the Youth League will drive the agenda. The ANC can't afford to have another breakaway. The ANC can't afford to go to another conference where all you do is to sing about individual and forget about the people's interest. The past conference of the ANC, all the delegates that you said they did there is to sing about leaders and elect and go home. And forget the important task that they are the parliament of the people. They must decide on our people. Now we're dealing with an abnormal situation. When you deal with an abnormal situation where you are sitting at 40%, when you fight, what are you fighting for? Because you are dispositioned from power. Now, all of these comrades who are fighting each other in corners, what are you fighting for? Because you are at 40%. I wonder also in the Western Cape when they fight, what are they fighting for? Because we are at a stage where we must close rank and unite. Because I repeat what I've said before, I will repeat it today again. No one will vote for an organization that lacks integrity. Because every message depends on the integrity of the messenger. Now, as this generation, in honor of Nelson Mandela, we must restore the integrity of the ANC and make the ANC the organization that people were ready to join and die for again. Make the ANC the people's choice again, because the ANC can no longer harbor corrupt individuals. Because every message depends on the integrity of the messenger. And the integrity of the messenger is in question. That's why we're at 40%. Now, as the soldiers of the ANC ourselves, every time the ANC is under attack or at its weakest, it is the youth of the ANC that goes door to door, join hands with anybody and say that we are saying we are changing the ANC, and the ANC that you must not neglect of Nelson Mandela, Oliver Tambo, Anton Lembete, and many other leaders who came before, Peter Mokaba, is the ANC that as the Youth League we are restoring. That's why as the Youth League coming to 2026, we are saying that we don't want less than 70% of people who are not young, who are councillors or mayors. Because we're taking full responsibility of our own future. Now, every message depends on the integrity of the messenger.